Welcome to the Fact Factory podcast, where we dive into real stories, uncover the truth, and separate fact fiction. I'm your host, Ishmael Chimaza. In this podcast, each and every episode, we explore the new topic, talking to expert, knowledgeable people, whereby they share their personal experience that will challenge their perspectives and broaden your understanding of the world. So, in today's exciting episode, we are with Steve Khondowe, who is a youth and also who is taking a bold step in politics by standing as a councillor in Green Conner Ward for Democratic Progressive Party in this coming 2025 election. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
So, can you share your background and experience in politics?
Okay. First of all, I'd like to extend my appreciation for recognizing me to be part and parcel of the podcast. As mentioned already, I'm Steve Khondowe, aged 30. Actually, I do come from Green Conner, that's Bismarck Village. Bismarck Village is found along the Chilobwe Road. So far, you said I have to give out my background in politics, right?
Yeah.
But the unfortunate part is that I do not have any political background. Because if I am to mention in my family, if there has been anyone who has been into politics, I will lie. It's going to be a lie. But my sister, I've got a sister, firstborn in our family, goes by the name Mercy Jafulira. She's the one who once tried that the 2020, is it the 2020 elections?
2019, 2020?
Yes, that one. But by then I was in South Africa.
Okay.
I was in South Africa, so I didn't pay that much attention to what she was doing, but she was contesting also for the seat of the councillor in Green Conner, from Chilobwe Green Conner. So if there is a political background in my family, I would just say it was my sister who was doing it back then, but I don't think that she went that much deep into it. So as for myself, I haven't been also that political fan now that much, no, but it just got into me the time I was in South Africa. That's when I raised the point to say, let me contest in the coming 2025 elections as a councillor for my ward.
Okay, so what motivated you to join DPP, not other parties?
Thank you very much. Nice question. Alright. So I believe in vision.
Yeah.
I believe in visions. So I think back then I started following politics and knowing more about development and the likes when the time we had the late Dr. Bingwa Mthalika, may his soul rest in peace. That's when I realized more about politics and the development. And if there have been ever a leader that myself I know that I would look after, that I would take as a model, it's late Dr. Bingwa Mthalika. I'm always moved, even today, because of his development that he was doing here in Malawi, So I took it to say, if I want to develop my country, if I am to be a politician, if I am to do this thing, I will go for DPP, because the Democratic Progressive Party is the only party that myself I saw bringing developments in this country. And we can talk of Bingo International Stadium, we can talk of the BICC itself, we can talk about those things that he was doing down there in Sanje, So Dr. Bingwa Mthalika has been always my model. So I said, if I'm to choose a party, I will go for DPP.
So why do you choose this position of being a councillor, not a MP or a president?
Yeah. All right. On the president, I would say my age is not yet qualified for a president. For a member of parliament, I would say, okay, it's okay. I would have chose to be a member of parliament and be, but muchly, I'm really concerned about people living in a community.
Yeah.
Like I really want a community to be developed first of all. So a councillor, let's first of all define a councillor.
Yeah.
Who is a councillor? So a councillor is he is an eye of a community. He is the hands of a community. Yeah, like he is a mediator, a go-between between an MP and people in the community. That's a councillor, right?
Yeah.
So I saw it wisely to say, if I am to be in a position where I want to help my community being developed, let me be a councillor, so that I may be able to see what's happening or what's wrong in the community, so that I must be able to communicate with a member of parliament in developing the community. I hope you are getting me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I saw. I saw it putting, let me be a person of my people, right? Let me be there in the community with my people, and let's help developing the community by myself being there. You know, a duty of a member of parliament, an MP doesn't stay in a community.
Yeah.
Has to, as we're talking right now, most of members of parliament, they are in Lilongwe.
Yeah.
Where the parliament is, where the state house is, whatever, they are there in Lilongwe, you know. So when the budget are passed there, they send them to the councillor, who is there in the villages there where the community is, you know. So I want to stay where people are. I want to help people there. That's why I chose to be a councillor, not a member of parliament.
So how do you think your skills and expertise align with the law of councillor?
I think if I'm to give out my background, the way I have grown up myself, I've also been a person with people, like helping out people. You know? I've once had an organization whereby in the organization I was helping the needy, I was helping elderly people. Yeah, you know, I was doing those things. So it reached even to a point whereby I opened my own computer school. I was teaching my fellow youth computer for free, you know, and it even reached to a point whereby I had an edible team in my community where I'm contesting as a councillor. I had an edible team, you know. So all these skills gathered together. That's when I saw and I realized to say, if I'm to be a councillor, I think I can qualify for it, because so far I've done a great work in the community, you know. There was time also, this other time I opened a CBCC. In Chichewa we say schools and Pala.
Okay.
Yes, I once opened that school in my community there. So all these skills gathered together. I just need a push, you know. I just need a push for it to happen and for it.
Okay, apart from what you have said, what are the key issues you focus during this campaign period?
Mostly I'm dwelling on honesty, also transparency. I'm dwelling much on those points. So now, how am I doing it? You know, and the other thing that I'm focusing on, it's electing young people. You know, it's time now. It's high time now that we need now to start electing these young people to be now on these seats, because myself, I'm scared of coming 2030. Let's say if I am not voted in as a councillor now, and if people would decide to vote for me in 2030, the things that I was supposed to do from 2025 to 2030, the things that I was supposed to do during this first period, I won't be able to do them from 2030 to 2035. That to be honest from myself, right? From my side, vote for me this 2025, that I must learn how to be a leader, that I must learn how to take care of funds, that I must learn to develop a community. Vote for me now, so that I must continue from 2030 to 2035. But if you decide to vote for me in 2030 to 2035, it will take us more years, It will take us more years to be there and to do it, So, being honest, I'm just looking out to member of parliament that people who chose in our community, that they must be also honest, Because right now, as I'm talking, I'm looking out for a community that will be able to stand on itself. I'm talking about education, talking about roads, we're talking about farming, agriculture, I want to build a community that will be able to stand on itself for time being, Coming 2030, 2035, I want to build that community whereby it will be able to finance itself. It will be able to build schools for itself. It will be able to do irrigation for itself. That's what I'm looking at. I just want to build that community. Yeah.
Okay, so how will you address the concerns of your constituency?
As of now, or as being elected?
Yeah, after being elected.
After being elected. Okay, now very much interesting, The very first thing that I want to do, people, they always worry that, we have elected them, we have voted for them, they are no longer living with us. Now they have bought houses in Kanjeza. In Unapeli, they are staying there, they are no longer staying with us. So the very first thing is I want to be in the community where I'll be voted in. Why? Because I'll be able to experience what my people are going through. Talking about water, talking about electricity, talking about these roads that we have. When people will be worrying about because of them, I'll be part and parcel of it. I'll know the pain, So what I'm gonna do, the very first thing is development will come because I'm also looking out for those development for myself, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna send my kids to Kalibu Academy. No. I will not send my kids to Kalibu Academy. I will leave them to go at Panaucha Primary School, so that whatsoever my community they are going through Panaucha Primary School, even my kids must be going through it, so that I must be able to develop the community, right? What I'm gonna do is I will buy a car, right? And I will be driving it through those dusty roads in Chilobwe there, so that when people will be crying, these streets, they are damaging our cars, what, I will be part and parcel of those things that even my car is being damaged because of these roads. So I want to develop these roads in Chilobwe so that even my car must take longer to be used. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will be doing those things as well. So in coming 2025 to 2030, if I'm voted in, lots of things that I will try my level best to accomplish. I just pray that the member of parliament that will be voted in must be a good one, so that we'll be able to develop.
Okay, so how will you work with other DPP members to advance party goals?
Okay, as I've said already, to say muchly in developing the community, the ball is not only in my hands.
Yeah,
it's in the hands of the member of parliament. It's in the hands of the ministers. It's even in the hands of our president, the president that will be voted in, right? So it will start from the president itself.
Yeah.
From the president to the member of parliament, then coming to myself. Myself, I just want to be honest and quick. Sometimes being slower, it makes also it brings poor development. So I think being hasty and being fast in doing things in my community, I think it will help me. So whatever the people will bring in the community, ashado tufuna mutitandize hizi tufuna bridge, I always make sure I'm fast enough to approach the member of parliament to say kwa kuderatu watu utafuna ku bridge tatenti bangi machangu changu. That's how I'm gonna be able to do it. So yeah, just look out kuti adzatisankhire anthu wa MP wabwino okumva madandaulo a anthu kuti zizayenda.
So what specific challenges is your community